a depressed industrial city.
And I'm
Small, yeah, small, grubby. In fact, at this point, you are at a bridge. A river runs through the city in a winding way. There is an old, it's a modern, from our standpoint, it's a modern road, but not contemporary. And it is, so there's a stone rail and a road for cars. At the moment, there's a group of young people who are making loud, random noises and laughing and staggering around and shoving each other. One of them is pissing off the bridge into the river.
Wow, I see.
And the whole place, some of the street lights don't work, and you can easily see just down the river a little ways on the banks of the river, derelict factories. And so it's at this point it's evening, so the colors are just shadows, but the place is very brown in general, very gray and very brown. There's no neon. There's no like place with music playing or anything like that. Some of the windows are boarded, and some trash blows down the street.
Sounds like 1800 Britain slums.
Well, except that it is purposed for automobiles, though.
Yeah.
So there is some technology. Yeah. So at the moment, yes.
Do we get to start doing things?
Yes, you may start doing things.
May I set off looking for newspapers, posters, or text of the like?
Sure. If you are trying to orient yourself historically, then you have a history roll.
Okay.
Would anybody like to look at their sheets for a history?
History 0.
I would do that too.
Okay. So with the history roll here is 2 plus 2
Plus 2.
plus 2, and you have 0. Okay.
Zero.
So perhaps you could suggest it and have them do it.
Yes. I would actually much prefer looking for. I wouldn't like to orient myself historically explicitly.
Okay,
I
tell
would
me more.
like to find pieces of text to examine.
I
You said
see.
trash
Yes,
is blowing.
yes.
Is this trash paper bag or is this trash newspaper? I'm looking on the walls.
Right.
Are there posters?
Right. This is perception.
Yes.
So go ahead and use your perception.
Then yours very, very
Yes.
high awareness.
Thank you.
And look at that.
Oh,
We have a 12 to play with here. A 12 plus your 4 is 16, which is an excellent result. So basically, here's the important point.
But I don't
Right now I am using a scale of basically 8, 10, 12, going up. And it's fixed, pretty straightforward scale for success. But in many cases, your target will be a number on someone else's sheet. When someone attacks you, I don't roll. You roll your defend, and I have a fixed number on their sheet. And the same thing, when you attack them, you roll your attack, and I have a fixed number for their defense. So you see, all my numbers are fixed. I don't ever touch the dice. So the system is quite simple, actually. Most of it's right here. You can't see it, but I will try to explain a little as I go. So therefore, what you have is you are able to indeed see the trash and get the part that is a newspaper easily. And then those of you who want to roll history can take a look at this and see if it makes any sense.
now my good fella, you want to read or shall I do it?
Either or both of you can. Nothing is stopping
No,
you.
then I shall read.
I see an 8.
Yeah, plus 2, so 10.
That's at least competent. So
Yes.
yes.
So we
That's
are
gonna be
rolling
middle
awareness.
Mhm.
That's 5.
No, it should be insight.
No,
right?
for you it is insight because
Yeah,
this
that's
is
history.
6.
Yeah. Okay. And your history is plus 2.
Yep.
also an 8, I believe.
Yeah.
So you both get a 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so you find you are in a Nordic country. It is the language is Swedish. It is 20th century Swedish, distinct partly from Danish and Norwegian, and yeah, 100 years before that might have been a little grayer, but it is. You are not, precise on all the details, but this is a period during which these areas were kind of backwaters, and during the 20th century, at least some areas were, and were undergoing a downturn of heavy industry. So you can tell these factories were textile factories, paper factories, and
The 50s.
and so a lot of the youth are shiftless and
Monks.
yeah, and there's it's got a look, for Sweden, it looks a lot more like the DDR than anything else, former East Germany. So and it has that kind of stale, slightly polluted smell. So the ocean is nearby, or at least salt water of some kind is nearby. At least you can tell. So you are able to figure out that you are somewhere on the coast of Sweden, sometime perhaps in the 60s or 70s, and not in one of the major urban centers, but in one of the depressed towns or small cities. So then the guys who are on the bridge confirm some of these impressions by drunkenly shouting in Swedish, and one is shouting "Vi är kungarna om Norrköping," or "Vi är kungarna om Kungsgatan," because he's on Kungsgatan, right? So there is no Visualiseringscentrum, there is no Arbeidsmuseet, there is no, beautiful downtown buildings. All those are just junky factories that aren't being used.
So,
It's the best of the time.
Metagame, you're saying we're on Kingsbridge,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Maybe just watching the textiles.
Yeah.
Textiles.
So it's a little self-indulgent for me to do this. I thought it might be fun. Besides, everybody that I know, people I know who are pretty old, a lot of people here that I know are older than me or about my age, they all complain about their childhoods, unfortunately. That I am basically borrowing their description. So, okay.
These fun thing trackers, that always seems like a fun thing.
Mhm. So here, in these guys, they spot you, and they perceive you in a negative fashion. They see you as perhaps they're saying, "We are the kings, not you. Get out of here. Get off our bridge." And "fuck you," and they're all coming to, all in Swedish, right? The American slang is not as common then as it is now, and so they're all coming to, and they're actually getting a little bit, they're looking ready to fight.
There's
So
something
they're
I
coming.
we're massively polylingual. We understand all languages.
Oh, sure.
We speak all
And we
languages.
speak,
Right.
yeah.
When you,
Yeah.
another way to look at it is that when you arrive,
Mhm.
you are perceiving everything through the lens, the eyes of essence. You are not perceiving this
Yeah.
the way they perceive you. So there will be no problem at all with any of those things.
Okay.
You yourself are not expert in this culture, although the history roles have helped a little bit, but enough to give you some of the details that I have provided. But the idea that you are alienated and saying, "What is a car?" that does not happen.
Mhm.
We understand the premise.
Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Now then.
So now what shall you do? To orient you slightly about playing the game, your sensitivity, investigations of ordinary kinds are great, like things like deduction, mostly about the human situation. Sensitivity is your occult understanding and perceptions, and it's a really good way to hunt the enigma, or the unbidden, or shadows, things that creatures of essence that exist.
Yep.
And so those are, the sensitivity is very important for that. When you want to deal with the unbidden itself, once you have defeated it, if you do, you're going to want to bind it. So sensitivity is your big hunting, sort of your hunt for the enigma and the unseen, and bind is your big one for getting that particular job done. So the main, remember your job here is to try to figure out who made the call, for example, and to try to find the enigma itself.
And the person who made the call, can we, is that a sensitivity?
That would definitely be a sensitivity thing, to understand it better. There are other skills you may use to try to understand it better. What is your focus skill?
To recall where something is placed, where something is lost.
Right. Actually, that's a very good one for this purpose, because you are trying to recall the details of the call.
Okay.
And perhaps you can get a better visual idea of where it is.
I want to get straight to work.
Okay, yep, sounds good.
I ignore
The guys, yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I start.
Now before we start the ruckus, shall we move off the bridge so we don't disturb these fine young men?
Good idea. But
Yeah, that's.
Yes.
Need to be bothered with
Yes.
this thing.
Good evening. And I walk away.
Okay, so there are a couple of things that you would do in this case. I'd like to know what all of you are doing, and then we will proceed with the events.
So.
I start to recall the details.
Yes, go ahead and roll. Your focus, you choose what attribute this goes with. It is quite likely that this would be insight.
Yeah.
6 plus 4, 10? Not bad. No, 6 plus 3, 9.
9.
Okay, not the best result, and in this case, it means that you realize that the person was a patient in some kind of hospital. They were in a hospital room of some kind, but you don't know too much details. So you
Find
are
the hospital.
right. And anyone else working with this? You said you were dealing with the young men.
Yes, I
Trying
was.
to exit yourself from them. That's a charm roll. You're trying to present yourself as agreeable and sympathetic, so not as opponents.
Yeah, that's gonna go swimmingly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, actually, oh, yeah, it's gonna
You
be.
see where this is going, yes. And we get a 6
Yes,
plus.
nothing.
8.
Oh no.
No,
Okay.
eight.
Okay.
Plus 4 and 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's an 8 plus.
Oh, nothing. 8.
Okay. Well, still just an 8.
Still
All
an
right.
I think I would like to kind of use my awareness to listen to what they were talking about more than just.
Right. Yes.
I would like
yes,
to hear,
yeah,
hear
good
what
idea.
they were
Definitely
talking
perception.
about.
Definitely.
That's awareness and
And perception.
perception is perception. So that's 5 dices and plus 4.
Correct. Not bad. And we get basically a 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's only one thing.
no.
Oh, 6 plus 4, 10. There we go. Okay. Good. And so, yeah, stay alert and busy trying to talk and see at the same time. So, so therefore, in your case, this is actually a little bit important. As they are surging forward to attack the obvious victim, one of them pulls at another one who is kind of falling over and distracted and says, come on, and that one is starting to vomit. And something is very strange and wrong with what they are vomiting. It doesn't look normal. And with just a 10, you can't get a really good analysis of this. But it's immediately clear that that is an unusual phenomenon, whatever it is. So it makes a very wrong sound upon striking the pavement. So.
Well, everyone was thinking like they're puking.
No, it's not what it sounds like.
Like some
I cannot
bio-
tell.
some
I cannot tell
Obviously
you
he's-
because
obviously he's
it's only a
sick.
10. Yeah.
Obviously he's sick because he heard something in the hospital. That must be something like almost cancer level.
Yeah,
kind
some
of.
diseasey thing going
Exactly.
on perhaps. Okay, so you're thinking about that. And so what are you doing? Anything?
Well, does this fine gentleman still intent on?
Oh yes.
Alright,
Yeah, we are going into combat after your
Uh,
actions, so.
Alright, well, in that case, I think I would. Let's just try that immediately on them. Why not? It seems like the perfect opportunity
To use what?
to summon dreadworms. And
Ah.
if I master it, can I even decipher kind of the look of them?
Oh yes. And
So-
not only that, ordinarily when you evoke your servitor,
Yep.
you must pay a point of vitality.
Yeah.
But not if you have mastered it.
Not by master. Yeah.
Then they are free. As I will tell you in a little bit, vitality is your essential living substance. Vitality is your blood and your bone. Okay, you are literally
Yeah.
eating your substance when you spend vitality. And when you take damage, here we go. Right. Yes, it will come off of your vitality. Now, when your vitality goes to 0, you are not dead, but it does mean that your mortal form is very shredded and destroyed looking. And further damage will then come off of your dexterity, fortitude, and strength.
Alright.
As you decide.
Alright.
You decide how to allocate those.
What happens if one of them goes to 0?
Dexterity and strength, not a problem, or rather no direct,
More
effect.
that I have problems to attack.
It's just fortitude going to 0, your stalker is truly dead.
Yeah.
So you have 2 levels of damage to go through. But in this game, there is no stun damage. When you take even vitality damage, first level, you are losing tissue and fluid. Your bones are breaking, your flesh is shredded. So, okay. So, let us go ahead and see. You have mastered your dreadworms.
Yes, I have mastered my dreadworms.
Okay. So first things first, everybody roll initiative. Initiative is
What is initial?
a dexterity.
So 5.
Take your yes.
Dexterity roll.
5 dice. 6 dice for you, yes. Become your result.
I guess it's the same as before. It's not
Yes, oh yes.
I will have 5. 12.
12 for me too.
12. 4.
Ouch.
Just 5. Okay.
Yeah, 5.
12, 4, 5. Okay, you two are going first. You can choose what order you want to go in.
Yeah, I go first. Alright.
So,
Good
dreadworms.
start.
Yeah,
You go
dreadworms
first.
it is.
Mhm.
And
As a player, I just back off and show my hand.
Right.
and they don't say about being invisible like a tracker, so I assume they're very visible.
Let's take it from your character's perceptions. From your character's perceptions, they are very visible.
Okay.
So what do we see? I
So-
will tell you how the veil rationalizes it to mortals if I feel like it or if that's relevant. Otherwise, who cares? Just figure the veil will take care of it.
Alright, well, I'm thinking that from, so to say, the sleeve of my arm, it just, so to say, pouring down, this mist and these dreadworms, slithers out from there and
Yeah.
make their way to these young men.
And what does that do?
And let's see here. The telepathic shittering of these bizarre creatures will arouse the primal fears of mortal men. Any mortals in the area of effect who have a resolve of 12 or less will be terrified by the sound unless they are driven or inspired.
These young men are neither driven nor inspired.
No.
In fact, I would say they are kind of anti-driven and anti-inspired. So, yeah.
So they are basically.
Yeah, exactly. They certainly do not have a resolve of 12, which is very high for a
Yep.
mental. And so they basically all just scream and run. The one who vomited cannot run, and his feet just tangle up. He is half fainting, and he just falls and twitches. And the others don't care at all. They just run and scream, and that's the end of that. So that's kind of
Yes, well, that takes care of the rabble.
that takes care of the rabble. That's true.
I applaud.
Mhm.